Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from rSpace. Sometimes crying or laughing are the only options left, and laughing often feels better. Some say it's good medicine. Today on rSpace, we ask ourselves, is it better to laugh than cry? You tell us. Up first, the cat always comes back. My ex cheated on me and now crawling back to me. So this is a wild story. My 22 male, ex 23 male, and I broke up years ago due to him cheating. We dated from ages 16 to 19. On our 3-year anniversary, he planned out this elaborate date, and he'd been talking about this for months. Fancy dinner, romantic night out, a party in a private lounge, the whole 9 yards. My ex, who we'll name L for now, was extremely rich. His family was old money and his parents owned multiple businesses. Well, at this elaborate party, I swiftly found he had hired both male and female strippers. This truly didn't bother me, since I had no prior inkling that he would ever be unfaithful, and a large majority of the friends of ours at the party were single. I got very drunk as the night progressed, and eventually lost track of L, expecting him to either be passed out in his dorm or somewhere nearby throwing up. I found him in my dorm, looking torn up. He explained a friend took him home, and he blacked out, although he didn't seem drunk in the slightest. He seemed completely sober, but I figured maybe he'd been home a while and sobered up. I went to bed and slept my hangover away the next morning. The following 2 months, I noticed L was being weird towards me. He wouldn't let me come over much anymore, and I hardly saw his parents or friends anymore, and he just acted more secretive and bizarre. Well, finally, I got a text from his mother berating me, calling me awful names, threatening to tell my family what I'd done, etc., etc. I had no clue what she was on about, obviously, so I asked her what I had done. She replied saying I cheated on her son. I was clearly confused and told her no, I hadn't cheated, but she didn't respond. So I texted his dad. I was blocked. His sister, blocked. His friends, all blocked, on every platform. I texted him and he pretended to have no idea what I was talking about. At this point, I was done being in the dark. So I drove to his house, where he was, and demanded an explanation. He fumbled and stuttered the entire way through, saying it was a misunderstanding. Then I asked for his phone, and wow, did that trigger something. He screamed at me to not touch his phone, but I snatched it off the counter and there it all was, the entire thing. The mistress, the WhatsApp messages, the separate credit card he had to just buy her things, the Honey Bunny 12 cheated on me text to everyone he knew, all of it. I lost it. Showed both his parents and his sister, sent screenshots to his friends, sent a text to his mistress about how he was not in fact single and she was the other woman, all while he was screaming at the top of his lungs at me. That's when his true feelings unfolded. He told me he wasn't gay. He dated me because I'm a trans man, pre-op at the time. He didn't see me as a man. He hated being with me. Oh, and on our anniversary, he slept with the stripper that had actually been his mistress for nearly a year. His sister, and my best friend now, recorded all of it and posted his meltdown to social media for the world to see. So he ended up losing all his friends, being disowned by his family, losing his source of money, his parents, and being forced to drop out of school. I still talk to his parents occasionally. They send me birthday and Christmas cards and a bit of money on those occasions. And his sister, 20 female, and I are best friends now. Well, now I live in a whole different state, post-top surgery, with a nice apartment, well-paying job, and a wonderful new boyfriend, 24 male, who I trusted deeply. And guess who just showed up? L. He found me at my favorite date spot with my boyfriend and ran up to me. Apparently he recently moved to my city with his baby mama and is living in a 1-bedroom with her and her 2 kids. Only one is his. He acted like we were good old friends, but my boyfriend already knew him and told him to F off. He got pissy and sulked off. Well, that night he knocked on my apartment door and begged me to take him back and kicked my boyfriend out. I laughed in his face and told him absolutely not. I did tell him I had a surprise for him though. I handed in the most recent card I had received from his parents. My birthday was a few months ago, and smiled, telling him his parents still love me. I took the card back and slammed the door in his face. I got texts upon texts from multiple accounts of his and his new friends. I just blocked them though, and told his family about the encounter, and now I have a restraining order. So I guess think twice before you cheat when you know your parents love me more than you. By the way, I was texting his sister today, and she said, he got 5 kids with 3 different girls, and he has no job, no car, no house. That's why he's living with his broke baby mama, because at least she has a job. Wow. Glad to hear he didn't get far in life after what he did to you. I'm so sorry, OP. I love how the lie he told his parents about you totally backfired in his face and they totally disowned him. He ain't much without his money. I mean, he clearly wasn't much to begin with, but now he's total trash. And then to have the balls to beg for you back? As if you'd take him back. He probably just wanted to try that to see if he could get on his parents' good side again. Joke's on him. Glad to see that you're thriving, OP. Hopefully you never have to cross paths with that dumpster fire again. Has an ex ever tried to beg for you back? Let us know below. Next, sex always makes relationships complicated. What does this girl want? Best friend doesn't want me date anymore, and she herself is dating someone else. I'm a guy, and I have a best friend who's a girl. We have spent a long time with each other. It's been 10 months now. Not a single day goes by without talking to her. We are close physically. We do have sex sometimes, as well as emotionally. However, she started dating someone a few days ago, which I feel bad about and feel that I'm left alone now. I feel lonely. I feel there's no one to talk, which makes me very sad. I cried silently, sitting in my room. Sometimes, when I talk to her about her date boyfriend, she says, "Don't call him a boyfriend." She doesn't like to call her date a boyfriend. Also, when I told her I feel lonely and I'm looking for a relationship with someone, she says, "You should not be dating anyone. You should be talking only to me." I don't understand why she doesn't allow me to date and herself is dating someone else. What is she thinking? Edit. Thank you all for your comments. I have given her an ultimatum that it's either me or the other guy. She can't have both ways. She messaged me this morning that she broke up with him. However, I don't trust her without any proof. Even if she broke up with him, I won't be dating her. We will just be friends. That's it. The community has some thoughts. Character Hippo90 says, "Obviously this is your first adventure into relationships. Newsflash, run. Because your friend is a controlling narcissist that wants to dominate your life solely. She is totally selfish and manipulative. Find yourself a new friend." Jazz Scam chimes in, "Don't be someone else's second choice." Our next bit of advice comes from AdSuccessful2506. Neither the first choice of some people like this girl too possessive and egocentric. This attitude is just comprehensive with children. Jolietta says, "She's playing you. Drop her." No Love Lost 1992 adds, "It's time to spread your wings and move on with your own life. She's dating. You date too. She doesn't want you to label him because that means you're free to do as you please, since technically she's taken and you're single. You're young. Live your life. Have fun. Stop being her emotional support buddy." Yeah, this chick doesn't want to be locked down because she wants to be able to have sex with whoever she wants. She wants the freedom. I don't even believe that she stopped seeing this guy. I'd say dump her. She's not even a friend to you. Who says you shouldn't be with someone and that you should only talk to them? That's incredibly abusive. What kind of friend does that? Get out of there. You deserve someone who's actually going to love and respect you and who wants what's best for you. She was never a friend. She was a leech. Have you had friends like this? What do you think? Next, the small town drunk with an even smaller penis. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 100 times, shame on me. 3 weeks ago, I left my husband together 13 years married, 3.5, with 4 kids between 10 and 5 years old. He's always been a big drinker. Red flag, I know. Never really wanted kids and never really wanted to marry me, but did so out of obligation. Drunken confessions. Over the years, many times I found out he was sending and receiving nudes from women all over the country. I found out he would stop, then a few months later, at it again with another chick. We moved rural thinking things would change, and they did for a while, till 8 months ago he had a text affair. I call BS that nothing physical happened. With a girl in town, I found out, lost my crap, told him one more F up and I'm out. In this time, his drinking got worse, only to find out he was at it again with another chick from town who was my friend and my support the last time this happened. Still call BS that nothing physical ever happened. I was manipulated on both sides, mentally and emotionally. I was told it was my fault by him because I wasn't doing things he wanted in the bedroom, not having sex with him, and other things he wanted. I wasn't loving enough, blah blah. But thanks to 2 other friends that heard rumors and asked me, did I realize I had to leave. Not just for me, but for my kids too. Next day, packed my crap and left with the kids and dogs. Now, here's the fun part. In the last 3 weeks, he's been trying to guilt me into coming back and, "It will never happen again. He loves me." Blames the alcohol, blames this chick, blah blah blah. All the things I fell for before. After 3 weeks with minimal contact with him, would be none if it wasn't for the kids. I see it for what it was. It was not love. I was convenient, a pushover that did 99% of everything in the household and childcare, and I worked too. That every time he broke my heart, I had to build myself up again alone. I'm working on myself. I'm working on being an awesome mom. I'm working on finding a home for the kids, and I'm doing it all by myself, like always, but I'm happier doing it this time. The community has some words of encouragement. Brisbane Guy 43060 says, "Good on you." The OP says, "Been miserable for so long now to see what it's like to be happy." TKT Rugby says, "You should be so proud of yourself. Not only are you showing yourself the respect you deserve, you're being an actual walking and respectful model for your kids to look up to. In the near future, I'm sure there will be some tough moments and it can get lonely. But again, you're being an actual role model for your kids and loving yourself. I wish you nothing but happiness and best. Your husband's a piece of crap and doesn't deserve and never has deserved you." Ride My Peer Right Ship says, "Liars, cheats, and thieves, all the same thing. They take your trust, your self-esteem, and your time. I wish you luck." As if this guy said you weren't doing enough for him. Stupid drunk. I'm glad you left him. That was the right thing to do for you and the children. Who knows what could have happened down the road? You're right. You were convenient for him and totally a pushover. He was and never is going to change. I'm glad you were able to see that finally. Best to be actually by yourself than in a relationship and feel like you're by yourself. Proud of you. What are your thoughts? Next, a nasty break. Ex-girlfriend of 3.5 years cheated on me with a coworker while she needed a break. I'm typing this while I'm drunk and stoned. I just found out that my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with a coworker while she needed a break. My ex-girlfriend owns a restaurant where I'm currently working. I offered my resignation when I found out. We were dating for around 3.5 years. The last few months before we broke up, our relationship went downhill because she put all her time in the restaurant. One day, she sat me down and said that she doesn't want to continue the relationship because she couldn't make time for me, and she felt that she was holding me on a leash. 2 months later, today, she left her phone alone and I looked in it. I know, I shouldn't have done this. To see what she was having, at least an emotional affair with a coworker of mine that I considered a friend. This broke my heart again. The community has some thoughts. Nuke GM426 says, "A break is always so they can go screw other people. You don't work on a relationship by not being in it. She wanted you to just stay as a backup plan for when the rest didn't work out. Otherwise, it would have been an actual breakup." Abbreviations FAR7867 adds, "She's an ex for a reason. Heal up and move forward." Mango St. Juice has one more thought. Go no contact with her and the affair partner. Work on yourself and do not rely on alcohol and drugs to ease the pain. I feel like a break is a break. There's no rules while you're on a break. That's what a break is. No strings attached. I wouldn't have been surprised. Sorry, OP. What's your definition of a break? Lastly, how to stay gentle. So for everyone that wants to make their ex crazy after they cheated. So after a 2-year relationship, even making a child together, she cheated on me. Don't get hung up on that. I'm over it. With 2 guys. Well, now it's been 1 month. And I really didn't think life would be this great. Seems like all my friends thought I deserved better, but they didn't tell me because I seemed happy. Well, today I kind of got to laugh my butt off. Y'all ever had that feeling after a breakup of never getting over this, even getting images in your head of her with another guy? Well, F that. I can't even imagine her with another guy because I just can't. I even think if I would get a video sent of her getting it, I would just respond, "Yeah, I know that point of view." I got my confidence back, started going to the gym again, and being with friends, and I realized I was held back the whole time. Not that I'm missing her, but really it's not that hard right now. My friends call me crazy, but I understand because much happened to me and I still stand. But that's how you do it, guys. Really start working on yourself again. Block her everywhere besides her number, so she can reach out. And really, if you see your other half again, just be gentle, happy, and just wish them luck and ask them if everything is alright. Because she keeps coming to me talking about how this was a big mistake and she will work on herself, even considering blocking every guy and deleting social media. I really don't get it, but it seems women don't like it if the man is doing way better than them after a breakup, especially if it's their fault. So, my tip, even if you get cheated on, stay gentle, happy, caring, and the best version of yourself that you can get out to be, and you'll feel great. But seriously, work on yourself, not to impress the ex, but to be the better version of yourself for you, so you can laugh in 10 years about all the crap that kept happening to good people like you. Be strong. You are loved by someone. Good night. The community responds. MT Education 4240 says, kill them with kindness is sometimes way better, especially if they expect you to crash and burn. Indifference is a very effective weapon rather than the expected hate responses. Keep up the positive attitude. You are doing great. Hey Hi Ho Ho says, yeah, no contact and studied indifference gives you the best odds of being in control and outcome you want, whether you are open to reconciliation or not. Dry Assistance 9196 says, by all means encourage her to work on herself and to become a better person and partner. Also, let her know that her relationship with you is dead and buried. The effort she puts in towards becoming a better person is for her next victim relationship. Some excellent advice, OP. Stay gentle. Totally. Don't let the world break you. It's so easy to go in that direction, but that means holding on to the hurt and the hate, and that crap totally festers and eats you alive. Sometimes you should have to laugh and say, what the F? What do you think? And thanks you for joining us today on rSpace. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. We'd hate for you to miss out. And if you want to listen to more stories from me, check out our lounge where I feature a larger variety of non-cheating related stories. See you there.